So just like in FS22, there's going to be some side projects. Yeah, you're not going to be just doing some farming. There's a little bit extras as well. So farmers who are particularly dedicated and involved in their town's community will find a wealth of new building opportunities in Farming Simulator 25. Whether you just want to start a profitable side business or want to make a lasting mark on the region, let's take a look at some of the new construction projects. Oh, hey, so if you remember, was it Silveron? We had the roller coaster and we had the pianos. Wow, the pianos are back. So in addition to production chains where you can produce bread or cakes in the bakery, flour in the grain mill or canned goods at the soup factory, there are some very special repeatable constructions. Do you remember the piano maker in Zielonka? Yeah, I'll give that a go. Certainly did. Not only will the artisan workshop before finely crafted pianos make a comeback and open branches outside its hometown in Riverbend Springs or Hutan Pantai, if you want to invest in their expansion into new territories. But there are other new businesses waiting for your involvement. So what that says to me is you're going to be able to put these down wherever you like. That's sort of the impression I'm getting from that anyway. But obviously, that's the old stuff coming in. We've got some new stuff as well. So first up, the historic wagon builder. Established in Riverbend Springs in 1904, Silver Shaft Wagons still produces some very fancy horse-drawn carriages, requiring wooden boards as well as fabrics and rope to build one wagon. The final product is one of love letter to craftsmanship and profitable to you. So obviously, you know, you chuck all your stuff in and you get this wagon out the end, making a bit of cash. Now, there's no mention of whether you can actually use them. I mean, it could just be the same as the pianos. Once they're built, and you make a bit of cash. And you add the boat as well on Silver Run. So it could just be, you know, you just keep chucking your stuff in and away you go. That's what it sounds like anyway. But the wagons aren't the only thing. We've got a playground maker. What's a town without a playground, and a playground without toys? Think of the kids. Then you help to construct some wooden toy tractors for the local playground in Riverbend Springs by delivering planks and boards. And you're going to be making... Yeah, I'm not sure you use that tractor on your farm. It's not going to do much, to be fair, but you can make it for the local community anyway. And you can make monuments. So Riverbend Springs and Hutan Pantai feature even bigger construction projects. Let's call them community projects. Big plans of the respective town to build something monumental. This requires way more time and effort. If your farming operation is not enough for you and you as a farmer want to shape not only fields but an entire town, this might be your end game. So, Riverbend Springs, the Playground Project. There's a rather big project by an absent toy maker who doesn't tend to finish his big projects himself but needs some help. He doesn't stop at toy tractors, but his architectural magnum opus is something else. Grandpa Walter and Noah, now hold on, that's a new name. So we've seen Dodgy Dave and we've seen Grandpa Walter. So Noah, that's going to be a new NPC, can tell you more about your actual intention of the project. So emotionally prepare yourself to deliver a whole range of resources over multiple stages until the one is finished. We don't reveal it just yet. Now that says to me, the old playground project, I mean, the same sort of thing as the roller coaster we had on 22 in Silver Run. So you're going to, you know, have to deliver certain things by a certain, well, not by a certain time, you know, in a certain order, and then you can progress on to the next stage. But that's ace. Oh, I like that. And old Hutan Pantai has got its own version, the Temple Grounds. So to add to Asian flair, Hutan Pantai wants to rebuild some of the old temple grounds, keeping the aesthetics of what their ancestors once built there. And to be fair, some of the screenshots you got there, it does look good. It does look good, I must admit. And by the way, there are some collectibles to be found all around the region. They will be displayed in the temples as soon as they are built. We call them crop orbs because they're orbs with crops inside. Well, that's something a little different. I mean, I know we had before, you know, you had the museum where you find the different wooded creatures, well, you know, carved wood, carved into creatures sort of thing. But now you've got these futuristic looking orbs. I must admit, something out Star Trek, Star Wars, that sort of thing. All right, you collect them and they end up in the temple when you're done, which is fair enough. Now, Riverbend Springs is going to have its own museum, the Grain Elevator Museum. So since Riverbend Springs used to be a place full of good old wooded grain elevators, there's even one left. Unfortunately, it's in pretty rough shape because it's not been used for a long time. And yeah, it does look a little bit run down and got a bit boarding up somewhere, knocking around. But it is what it is. Obviously, you want to stop the trespassers coming in. So, as historic as the grain elevator itself, there are various objects of agricultural significance tucked away around Riverbend Springs. How did they get there? Well, there's a history to it. Maybe Walter can clear it up if you decide to talk to him and he happens to bring it up. As if all of this old stuff belongs in a museum. Guess what? The old grain elevator, when renovated, will become a museum for these interesting remnants of times gone by. So it's sort of the NPCs do have a sort of a role to it, rather than just adding, a little bit of a thing for you to do on the side, go and talk to whoever. Yeah, they're going to give you clues. Certainly old Walter's going to be giving you some clues for the old stuff that goes into this museum, the Grain Elevator Museum. That's ace. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And it's not finished just there either. Whilst you can have these projects that sort out the town, you can sort out your own farm of a project because you can build your house too. Yeah, you can build your own house. So if you're looking for a new home, build one. There are some new additional farmhouses and barns available, but you cannot just buy them and place them down. You have to supply the resources itself. Oh, that's ace. So I like these. I mean, we've had, I think there was one barn that came out where it had different stages, so you could technically, demolish it and put the next one up to facilitate, going for the aesthetics of it all, building it up. But this one, now you can actually build your house or a barn. That's ace. So you want to go in, go ahead. When the construction site is cleaned up, you can enter your new home. That's ace, because the base game stuff on 22, you can't go inside, but once you've built it, you can. Fair enough. Maybe your multiplayer friend will want to check it out when you are brainstorming the next steps in your fields for the day. To be fair, I mean, we have some mods that obviously you can go inside, which is great, but this adds something else to it. I mean, you build it yourself, you put all the stuff in, whether it's wood or whatever it's going to need, and then you can go inside, make your own house. Oh, that's awesome. Obviously, the more of these blogs that come out, this game is just getting better and better. This is just ace. Oh, love it. Obviously, this game is coming out on November the 12th, and if you're on PC and fancy picking yourself up a digital copy, there's going to be a link down below. Now, if you do go and pre-order it, you get the New Holland Gold Harvester and the Macdon Pack as a pre-order bonus. Now, it's coming out on PC, Mac, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. So if you're on old gen Xbox One like me, or even PS4, you're going to need a bit of an upgrade.